Hi everyone, this is Nicole, and I'm going to talk to you today about a class that I taught in the community back in March. This quote nicely states the primary reason why I chose to teach a pre-pregnancy class. When it comes to birth, families have a right to know what choices are available to them and then make choices that are right for them and their family. My overarching goal was to provide families with the full range of options for maternity care and support before they became pregnant or early in their pregnancies. So this birth options class was designed for expectant parents. It specifically targeted couples who were trying to conceive or who were in their first trimester of pregnancy. We covered evidence-based care, birth settings, types of providers, communication strategies, the role of doulas in community education and support resources. So I created an event on Eventbrite, which was shared on my practice's social media accounts. 9 individuals, some of whom were couples, enrolled in the class. This was a one-session class, and I utilized a mix of lecture and hands-on activities to educate participants on the concept of evidence-based maternity care, followed by a discussion of different birth settings, types of providers, and the role of doulas in the birth experience. I also distributed handouts that provided information about community resources, including doula agencies, childbirth, and breastfeeding and newborn care classes. I taught the class on March 31st at a local venue in Northeast Portland, Lolo Pass. They donated the space, which was a large lounge/art gallery. So the reason I chose this project was twofold. The first factor is that too many women do not know that they have options for maternity care other than delivering in a hospital with an obstetrician. Nationally, only about 10% of birthing people receive the care of midwives, and only about 1 to 2% give birth outside of the hospital. As we all know, midwifery-led care is an evidence-based option for low-risk women. The second factor that contributed to my decision to teach this class was the fact that we continue to see a significant number of late transfers into our care and our practice. Many of these couples have been seeing an obstetrician, but late in their pregnancy realize that they have other choices that might be a better fit for them. So early education about evidence-based maternity care and local options for care will help to empower expectant couples to make the most informed decisions for their families, which was the goal of this class. So I started by creating course materials, specifically a resource list and a PowerPoint lecture. Next, I gathered tools needed to teach the class, including chairs and a table, a whiteboard, and a projector and screen. During this time, I also started thinking about recruitment and marketing. Midwifery-led maternity care is evidence-based and associated with positive outcomes for mothers and babies. Too few women are informed about the full range of options for maternity care, and this class sought to remedy that. My primary goal was to educate expectant couples on the concept of evidence-based maternity care and on effective strategies for communication with care providers. My secondary goal was to educate families about the full range of local options for providers, birth settings, and community resources. The teaching space was donated and the venue provided tables and chairs for participants. I printed resource lists and copies of the PowerPoint presentation at a local Kinko's. I owned a projector and screen, and posting the event on Eventbrite was free. So the total cost of this project was $120. The 9 individuals that took the class indicated satisfaction with the content. They were engaged in the discussion and had many questions. Several individuals stayed afterwards to share stories and insights. 2 couples indicated that they planned to interview midwives after hearing the evidence on midwifery-led care. and one couple scheduled an interview with our practice. I didn't really encounter any major barriers during the creation or implementation of this class. I thoroughly enjoyed the process, and I would like to continue to offer a class like this a few times a year. Thanks to Emily, the manager at Lolo Pass, for donating the space, and I'd also like to thank Laura Erickson, who owns Alma Midwifery, for input into local resource lists.